The difference between a home that sells quickly and one that sits on the market for months comes down to one crucial factor: pricing strategy. My name is Becky McCulley and I'm your Charlotte real estate expert. And in this video, you're gonna learn my exact process for helping my sellers get top dollar for their Charlotte real estate. Before we even get into a pricing strategy, we need to understand what's happening in the current market. So let's talk about the market over the past 3 to 6 months. It's been a little bit unusual, but also not surprising. We had the election, people weren't sure what was gonna happen, our interest rate's gonna come down. So there was just a lot of uncertainty in general in the market, which also generally is reflected in the real estate market. Even though both buyers and sellers have taken a wait and see approach, there's always certain areas and price points that are going to generally move. Under $500,000 range has been pretty active, and also anything in the $2 to $3 million range has also been very active. And then you also have certain neighborhoods like Valentine, Myers Park, Dilworth. If the house is prepared properly and priced properly, they're moving pretty quickly as well. Now that we're in sort of the first quarter of the year, things are definitely moving. We're seeing multiple offers on certain properties. We're definitely seeing things go under contract pretty quickly. Again, it's in those sort of high demand areas, but we're also starting to see more houses come on the market. And so people are more willing to list their home this time of year. Which brings me to the next 6 to 12 months. Where exactly is the real estate market headed in the next 6 to 12 months? Experts are predicting that here in Charlotte, our population is gonna grow by at least 30% by the year 2050. That is a pretty astonishing number. What does this mean for you as either a home buyer or a homeowner? We're gonna see some pretty significant, steady appreciation for the foreseeable future. We're gonna have more buyers coming into the market, which is going to definitely require new construction as well. Given the price points of things in Charlotte proper, I think we're gonna see a lot more people venturing out into those suburbs outside of Charlotte. Right now, the average home price in the city of Charlotte is $440,000. It's rare that you can find something for $440,000, but also that number is gonna continue growing as the population increases. Your home's unique features can factor into your home's sales price, but not always in the way that you expect them to. The first one is location. Location determines everything. You can look at location in terms of neighborhood, location within that neighborhood. Where does your house back up to? Where's the nearest busy street? All of those things play a part in pricing your home. If you back up to a busy road or a shopping center, you're not going to be able to command the same sales price as somebody who's on a quiet cul-de-sac. And that location is the one thing that you cannot change. Recent upgrades are also a huge factor in pricing your home. Most buyers today, they want easy move-in ready homes. Historically, people have been willing to pay for those over the past 5 years. We're still seeing that as a trend. The more upgrades you have and the more show-ready your house looks, people are willing to jump on that quicker. Square footage is also a huge factor. Sometimes people will say, well, my neighbor's house sold for this, so I should be able to get at least that. What they're not considering is the amount of square footage. When an appraiser looks at a house and values it, they are going to look at homes that are within about 10% on either side of the square footage. And that's what you're gonna look at. What is the price per square foot on those homes? And also considering other factors that we'll talk about. Deferred maintenance is a huge consideration. If your roof is 25 years old, that is going to impact the price that people are willing to pay for your home. They're going to be a little more hesitant to offer more money, knowing that they're going to have that significant roof replacement expense coming up fairly soon. One of the benefits about deferred maintenance is it's generally completely within your control. It is something that you should be doing on a regular basis as a homeowner. So many things, when we see it every day, we forget about it or it doesn't become a priority. And so we just let it wait, which is why it's called deferred maintenance. The final factor is recent sales of similar properties. It doesn't matter what a home sold for 2 years ago. It depends depends on what the market looked like then. You need to look at what is selling now. Even sometimes 6 months is too far back. So it's really important to know not only what has sold recently that is very similar to your property, but also what is on the market, how long has it been on the market. All of those things factor into what the ideal price is for your home. The amount of time that you're willing to wait should not be a factor. It's literally just pricing around similar properties. The market is constantly shifting and timing can make a huge difference. So here's what I would recommend if you're thinking about selling your house in the next 6-ish months. The first step preparing your home for sale is coming up with what our marketing plan is, the ideal price, and the ultimate launching of your listing. So one of the most important things to have when selling your home is to have a comprehensive marketing plan and strategy. All of the steps in my listing plan encompass a whole range of things. It's going to include making sure that we have the best listing description, making sure that your home is prepped and set up in the most ideal way for what buyers are currently looking for, making sure that we have professional photos and videos that we can use not only for the MLS, but also to then use for digital ads and other social media marketing to create some excitement about the home. We're also going to leverage the neighbors. Your neighbors can sometimes be the best source of people who are thinking about moving into the neighborhood. They're not actively searching for our home, but when you tell them, hey, we are going to be listing our home, they are, one, curious about how their home compares to yours, but also they are then going to be able to recommend to other people who have expressed an interest in their network, hey, one of my neighbors is selling their house, you should really check it out. So really making sure that you don't forget about engaging them. Another thing is making sure I am following up and talking to everyone who brings a buyer through the property. I want to talk to people and I want to be able to understand what is important to the seller, really making sure that you are putting your best foot forward. So as a listing agent, I want to make sure I'm sharing, hey, this is what my sellers are really looking for. And so if you want your offer to stand out, this would be really helpful. Another thing is following up with every offer. A lot of agents will say, hey, we received multiple offers, so submit your highest and best offer. While that is easy and convenient, what it does is it potentially limits what you're getting. Some people will just automatically say, nope, I don't want to be part of this multiple offer situation. What I would rather do is call every agent who has submitted an offer or considered submitting an offer. And I want to let them know we've received multiple offers and I just really want to see what your buyer is comfortable with and all of that, and have a real conversation with them. And as long as I'm not disclosing anything confidential, it's going to help even those buyer's agents craft a more compelling offer if their client truly is interested in the property. Pricing your home isn't just about the numbers. It's about understanding today's market and positioning your home for success. I've helped so many sellers get top dollar for their home by making sure that we follow this proven system. So feel free to reach out and let's have a conversation to see what we can do for you. And make sure you subscribe for more Charlotte real estate insider tips.